Greetings people, it's Jared here, Wolfgang1, back to do another Transformers review. Now, last week I took a look at Generation 1 Chrome Dome and I thought to myself, do you know what, I like the Headmasters, I like the Headmaster concept, and considering that I've got all the Headmasters, perhaps I should do another. So I thought, fuck it, why not? So today I'm taking a look at one of his Autobot contemporaries, one of his comrades in arms, if you will, and I'm looking at an Autobot Headmaster who's armed to the fucking teeth, okay? So this is a review for Generation 1 Hardhead. Okay, so here's G1 Hardhead in his alt mode, which is a futuristic Cybertronian tank. Yeah, so I'm just showing you without the accessories for the time being. This is something that's a staple for Hardhead. He's always like a H tank, like a 4-tread tank. And back in these days, that was quite unique. You know, I can't think of any other like sort of H tanks prior to this, or actually after in the G1 line. I could be wrong. I could be entirely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that any tanks that came after this were just like standard tanks, like Fizzle and Bludgeon and sort of things like that. So this one's quite unique. This one is original. It's not a reissue or a knockoff. I don't think there was any reissues of the Generation 1 Headmasters. There's a little bit of paint wear on his treads there, but treads looking pretty good at the back there, and not looking too shabby on this side either. He did have a complete replicable toy hacks job a couple of years back. One of them is peeling off at the front just here. I had like extra stickers left over, so I thought, oh, I'll do something weird with them. So I gave them like extra headlights at the front and just at the front here. Visible hand syndrome in the alt mode, but yeah, that's, you know, what can you do? So yeah, let's have a look at some of the things that Hardhead came with. So he came with let me see. He came with a text vector coder, which I put somewhere that I can't find. He came with again the product sheet for that year, showing the Headmasters, Target Masters, and a whole bunch of other shit. He came with one Nebulon partner. This is Duros. See if I can get him in the light, actually. So Duros turns into his head. I'm not sure what his backstory was in the Marvel or comic or the what do you call it, the cartoon that was short-lived. I don't remember his exact backstory, but yeah. So he turns into Hardhead's head. So you could say he's the hardest part of Hardhead. A little bit of paint wear on his face there, not a lot to speak of. I'm trying to be really careful with the arms and everything, because this figure is a little bit loose in the legs, and I don't want to snap the arms off the pins. And the faceplate backpack thing is very loose on this as well. As you can see, it just sort of like flips right down, and he will turn into Hardhead's sort of like head. I put some I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. I put some stickers on his face to highlight his eyes, because that's always been a difficult thing with these mods. You can never quite see where the eyes were. I thought they were supposed to be maybe these sections just up here, but apparently I don't think they are. So that's Duros, and to transform him into a head, same with any other Headmaster, you bend him over and bend him over again, and then flip up that panel to reveal the head. And that'll come into play a little bit later on. Other things he came with two weapons that can be held in his hands, and also part of his alt mode as well. So he's a triple-barreled tank, which is again very unique. Hollow on that side, but full on this side. And he comes with this cannon, which will eventually be a shoulder-mounted cannon that can move a little bit up and down in alt mode, and quite far in robot mode. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all this together. There we are. Get him back in shot. There we are. Right, so yeah, so basically you just stick this one on here, just like that, and as I said, a little bit of movement just there, and then these two, one plugs into the side just here, won't get any movement out of that, and the top one will sit well just there, and that one will go around a full 360. So you know, you can have that one going up and down, you can have this one spinning around, and of course open up the cockpit just like that. And then Duros, in a seating position, something a bit like that. Duros will sit in the cockpit, close the cockpit up, and that's the ultimate in accessory storage. I think you'll find, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's what the Headmasters were really good at, was accessory storage. And I had this one as a kid. I really liked Hardhead. I had Hardhead and Weirdwolf Sorry, I was just getting my vodka. I would have loved to have had the other Headmasters, but I don't know if they weren't readily available. But, I just didn't have them. I had those two. I loved them to death. I loved them to the point where they fucking fell apart. And as you can imagine, as an adult collector, I've tried really, really hard to be a lot more careful with these than I was when I was a kid. We've got a little bit of dust just here that I've tried getting off, but I'm having issues, and a little bit just there as well. Because sadly, the glass display cases are not dust proof. I am going to have to clean all this up at some point. I'm not relishing getting my entire collection out just to clean them. He rolls a little bit because he's got like these little fake wheels just underneath, as you can probably see just here, and on the back. Again, a full Repro Label restoration job to really really bring him back to life. And when I finished the Repro Label job on this guy, I was really impressed with how he looks. I also gave him some see-through faction symbols there on his arms. So normally he would have one just here, like or red ones just here. I did away with those because I thought the black would look better showing through the actual symbol. And the transformation for this guy, as you can probably imagine, being a G1 Headmaster, is not massively difficult. It's one or two steps more involved than Chrome Dome. It's for me a lot more fun than Chrome Dome was. In fact, speaking of Chrome Dome, let me give you a size comparison. This is him next to the custom repaint Chrome Dome. So you've got a pretty good idea of their size, how big they are. Hardhead's obviously a bit bigger in alt mode, possibly robot mode as well. And yeah, I can't remember where I got this guy now. I can't remember if I got him at a convention or if I got him from eBay. My memory is not what it once was, ladies and gentlemen. It really isn't. I do remember, however, being very, very happy that I had him. So yeah, this actually, I think I paid $59. It was a buy it now. It was a buy it now on eBay for $59.99 complete. And then obviously I got the stickers for him afterwards. I say complete. He didn't have his instruction booklet or anything like that, but he does have all the other accessories that I mentioned earlier. So yeah, so in that sense, complete. And yeah, so that's the alt mode. It looks awesome. The colours are amazing on this after all this time. Nothing's faded. Nothing's sun damaged. Well, not that I've noticed. And I also put his name on the back of him just in case people had a hard time identifying him. And I've got to say, this alt mode, Hardhead, to my knowledge, has never been given any other alt mode apart from this. So the Titans Return version was an updated, flatter model of this. There was a third-party Masterpiece version that I've got that I can't remember the name of. The Toy World version, Hard Bone, was exactly the same. I had that at one stage. So they've all carried over this H-Tank sort of design. Hardhead has never been repurposed for another alt mode, and which is pretty cool because it's categorically him. You look at him, you look at that alt mode, doesn't matter what iteration or what line it's from. You look at that alt mode, you know instantly it's Hardhead, which I think is pretty cool. So let's take it to robot mode. So I'm going to zoom out for this a little bit. There we are, so you can see what the fuck I'm doing. Let's start by opening up the thing, taking Duos out, close that back up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off the two green guns. Fuck. There we are. Leave this shoulder one on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull out and flip over the entire middle section of the tank. Okay? Just like that till you hear it click. Like that. And then these two these sections here, the back treads, going to pull them out and then bring them down on that hinge and then collapse them under the brown section, okay, both sides, and that will form his legs. And then there's two panels just here. If you push just there, the tread will reveal the foot. Do that on both sides, okay? And that's basically the legs done. On the top section, underneath here, you want to just flip out his hand like that, and then flip out on this side. That's basically the body, and then this entire cockpit section, bring it back to fill in partly the gap, and then stand it up. And then that right there is Hardhead's basic robot body. Let's get the light out of the way. That's his basic robot body done. So then all you've got to do is just add his accessories and he's done. So let's give him his guns. One in each hand. One there. One there. Raise up the shoulder gun. Transform Durus by bending him over again, panel, and then stick him on the shoulders. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is Generation 1 Hardhead. And the colours, the alt mode still works after all this time. The colours are really sharp, the stickers look fantastic, and his joints are still stiff. Well, the robot mode is Durus, as I said, is a little piss weak. Giving him some eyes, as I said, as you can see the eyes just there. Articulation wise, his arms will spin around a full 360, just like that. And then the legs do sort of move out to the sides, but that's for transformation purposes only. Apart from that, the only other articulation he's got is this cannon will go up and down, get a decent range of movement from there to there, up to there. Okay. And then being a headmaster, of course, he's got his stats hidden in his chest. So if you pull down this panel just here, again, be very, very careful of this part just here, right? Because this plastic tends to shatter after a little while. And that is really stiff. Oh, God, I hate that sound. Okay, so his strength is 5. No, it's not. His speed is 5. His strength is 10. And his intelligence is pushing a 6. So he's not the dumbest cunt in the world. He just looks it. So the pros of this, I love it. I've always loved this toy because of childhood memories and everything like that. I have a very, very soft spot for this Headmaster. He looks good. He's always looked good. Big, beefy fucking robot that you ain't gonna fucking mess with. Yeah. Articulation wise, a little limited, but then again, it's a G1. What, you're not expecting miracles. The only thing I would have liked to have seen is maybe if they'd have just like sort of extended the arms down a little bit, so his arms came down to about here, and then you could have seen like sort of the elbow section or something like that. And maybe I don't know, something, just a sliding joint just about there, just to make the arms a bit longer. Because if you have his guns in his hands, you can't see that he's got hands at all. He's just got 2 black blocks on the side of him, which that you know doesn't really look like anything. But apart from that, I haven't really got a bad word to say about this toy. I am rather pleased with myself in the sense that I managed to find one that was in such fucking good condition. All right, ignoring the stickers. The stickers on this were 50 Shades of Fucked when I got it, right? So obviously a full sticker replacement was on the cards. That happened. That's not a problem. And the end result, it basically makes this toy look brand new. The stickers on this guy make him look brand new. Ignore the dust on it. Obviously, there's a massive section here that's hollow, and if you didn't have this back section here, then it would look even worse. That's one of the rare times that back kibble actually really does work and really serves a purpose. I'm going to be doing a review at some point soon on G1 Weirdwolf, where the exact polar opposite of that statement is true. Okay, but for now, this is Generation 1 Hardhead. I like this toy. I've always liked this toy. I'm always going to like this toy. Fun childhood memories of this toy. And even looking at it through an adult collector's eyes, it's like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And I'm just happy to have one that still looks remarkably amazing after nearly 40 years, which is 35 years, which is something crazy. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is my review of Generation 1 Hardhead. I do hope you enjoyed it. This is Gerard Gavin Barry, also known as Wolfgang1, saying I'll be back next week with another review. There's more 7 Days to Die coming. I'm still trying to get this bloody talk radio station thing started on my channel. I've got more Strange Corners to do. I've got loads of content that I want to put up, and I just keep not getting round to doing the stuff I want to do. But at least I'm still putting out content twice a week. And, you know, more reviews, 7 Days to Die, and, you know, fucking whatever else. So until we see each other again, thank you very much for watching this. I'm going to go and finish my vodka and edit this together and get it uploaded ready for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. So I do hope you do the same. Take care.